As Beta Ray Bill and his ragtag team of space outsiders continue their quest for the Twilight Blade, will they risk losing themselves along the way? Well, let's hop into the pages of Beta Ray Bill issue number 4 and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, Beta Ray Bill and his friends had thought they were that much closer to claiming their prize in the fire realm of Muspelheim, only to be dragged down by some horrible Lovecraftian squid. And it's after that things really start to get trippy aboard the good ship Scuttlebutt. Beta Ray Bill is forced to relive some truly horrifying memories like the first time he saw his new monstrous horse face. Oh yeah, looks like you got yourself a level 5 Black Mercy style face your worst memories and fears type situation here. Beta Ray Bill is ultimately saved by the new human form of his ship Scuttlebutt, who obviously in the last issue had come a long way in coming to terms with the whole, being a person now thing. But, who I guess we'll call her now is a good way to differentiate from when she's walking around and when she's being a ship, even though calling her butt feels deeply disrespectful. Figures that whatever this horrible monster is doing, they're probably feeding off that whole memory library that we saw her set up in the previous issue, and as such, Beta Ray Bill and Scuttlebutt continue their quest to try and save their friends and continue their journey. Here's the thing though, the monster is quite insidious and at every turn taunts Beta Ray Bill with some of his very worst memories, like this classic one wherein he battled Thor for the very first time, and because this is a Daniel Warren Johnson comic, and because the man is a total wrestling fan, we get a moment of Beta Ray Bill German snap suplexing Thor. This actually being the second time we've seen a wrestling move in Beta Ray Bill's arsenal. He gave the Rainmaker to one of the thugs back in the bar a couple issues ago. Now that day against Thor was pretty bad, but it would ultimately end up becoming the first day of the rest of Beta Ray Bill's life. What he really didn't like having to be reminded of is the horrible, torturous, disfiguring surgery his own people did on him. Reliving this memory is also kind of emotional for Scuttlebutt too, as this was also kind of the day wherein her life began to intertwine with Beta Ray Bill's, and it wouldn't stop there either. We actually get to see a very heart-rending little exchange between Beta Ray Bill and his mother, the last time the two of them ever talked before he was called up for active duty. Bill was self-conscious of his monstrous features even back then, but his mother tried to calm him down by saying that she knows the real Bill and sees the beauty that's deep inside, and hopefully other people will one day too. Bill never would end up seeing his mother ever again, as his planet was destroyed by Surtur not long afterwards. Eventually, Beta Ray Bill and his compadre are able to make it to the memory vault and free it from the alien. This means Skurge and Puck the Space Troll also end up waking up around the same time, and not a moment too late either, as they have finally made it to the ancient resting place of the Twilight Blade, the item that Bill has so coveted. Of course, the Twilight Blade is obviously evil, and there's no telling what's going to happen to Bill if he tries to take it for himself. It's here that Scuttlebutt essentially says what I've been saying since the last issue, and that is that, hey, this whole mission Bill is on to try and find peace of mind and solace and prove his old friends wrong about him is really a fool's errand at the end of the day. Why, she even goes a step further by invoking his own mother's last words to him, saying that they see the beauty and worth inside of him and that he doesn't have to change himself for anyone, especially those who don't respect him for who he is. But alas, Bill can't hear any of that right now because he is still so utterly lost. He wants to believe there is beauty and worth inside him, but at the same time he hears the siren call of the Twilight Blade and an easy way out. Of course, the question then becomes, if the sword is so amazingly powerful, why did its old master Surtur end up abandoning it? Well, let the fire monster himself explain. Apparently, every so often, the blade's wielder needs to prove its worth in combat. Surtur has been waiting for just such an opponent to help test his mettle, and considering that Surtur destroyed Beta Ray Bill's home planet and family, this is going to be a grudge match to end all grudge matches. And so that was the penultimate issue of this Beta Ray Bill miniseries, and once again, Daniel Warren Johnson absolutely brings the heat to this story. I really appreciate all the hard work and vision that goes into kind of deconstructing what is such a traditional superhero power fantasy. Bill wants the Twilight Blade because he thinks it'll make people love and respect him again and make him feel beautiful, when in reality, unless he's willing to deal with those problems head on, the blade and its magic powers are only ever going to be a band-aid. In fact, Bill actively rebuking Scuttlebutt after everything they've been through together and all the new friends he's gained in Skurge and Pip, I think is actually actually a really nice interpretation of what depression looks like. Bill has so much going for himself, arguably more than he had before when this series started, yet he's so lost in his own head he just can't see it, and he'd rather fight Surtur than actually deal with his problems. It's all just so wonderfully thematic and meaty and enjoyable. Beta Ray Bill really is one of the very best miniseries happening in comic books right now, and I cannot wait to see how it all shakes out in the finale. Overall, I'd give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Good stuff.
Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.